We all know the story about Roy Moore and the allegations that are being, set upon him, where he basically is being charged of being a pedophile, or people are saying that he's a pedophile. He's sexually harassed and abused women who are 14 years of age.
He was banned from the mall, banned from schools.
Right. And then he actually went on to make a statement how, when was America great? And it was during the slavery days.
But I think he said, despite the slavery, that's when we were the best.
Yeah, despite the slavery, that's when we were
despite
the best.
the defining feature of the era.
Yeah, thank you for that correction. So, but, it goes to show you where his mindset is at and where his supporters are at, too. Because I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that he still is in a race and no one's asked him to step down or step aside. And he got the full support of President Donald Trump, just so that Trump can have his vote in the United States Senate. And even Republicans now are kind of backpedaling their recent statements against him to where they're welcoming him in and getting the support.
I've heard a lot of them, especially like Mitch McConnell. They usually now say, we're going to let the people of Alabama decide.
Yeah.
Instead of just coming out and pointing out what is clearly wrong.
We're going to let the people of Alabama decide is code for, if they vote him in, okay.
Yeah.
If they don't, then we'll say we never supported him.
Yeah, so it's a win-win for them no matter what.
Well, unless he loses.
Yes. Well, even then, it's still a win because then they don't have to deal with him.
They don't have a pedophile in their midst. Yeah, that's true. That's bad PR.
But you would think that they would hold themselves. You would assume, I guess, they would hold themselves to a higher standard, but they're not going to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that the Democrats. I mean, even with Franken, I was actually a little bit surprised that he retired as quickly as he did, because he was like, I want an ethics investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And the Democrats and it's liberal media, quote unquote, in general, seems to be taking these new allegations very seriously. It's as if they finally realized, hey, if a bunch of women say something, or even one woman with credible information says something, we should listen.
Yeah.
Whereas the Republicans are still saying, yeah, I mean, he might be a pedophile, he might be going after young women, but he's a Republican.
Look, all the United States senators who were Democrats called for his resignation, and I think it's a good thing that the Democrats did that. At least they're understanding the movement that's happening here. The hashtag #MeToo movement, all those women were put on the cover of Time magazine, and it's definitely showing that there is a shift in how people handle these allegations and really the long-time silence of abuse here in this country. And the Democrats, I think, did the right thing by calling for his resignation. They're holding themselves accountable, and it really shows to themselves, to at least voters, independents, progressives, Democratic voters, that they're not going to just turn a blind eye towards people who might help them, pass certain things in the Senate. But if said senator or representative is a screw up or has a horrible history that's now being brought to light, get him out. And we'll elect somebody better.
It's going to be interesting to see if he gets voted in.
Or mean like who replaces him? You mean?
No. If he wins.
Oh, Roy Moore.
Because then it really says a lot more about who votes for Republicans. I think if that's more important. I don't know, because then I kind of feel like I'd be contradicting myself on the whole Hillary versus Trump argument. I'll retract that.
Yeah. Well, it'll be definitely an election that we'll be keeping a close eye. 2018, at the end of March is when the voting happens. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be covering it. Who won, who lost, and Alabama will be one of those states that everyone in the media, be it independent or corporate, will definitely cover. So we'll see who wins. Hopefully the people of Alabama make a smart choice and don't vote for the pedophile, but then again, it's their choice, their vote. So, yeah.
You're watching Hard Lens Media.